times is, alright, so here's an
literally me. So this is gonna be me and Vex new like species of fungus. Isn't it ironic that the color of the night skies have been the same color, right? And here's the funny thing we were observing. Isn't that the same? You could imagine that being an iris. Am I wrong? And think about this. Whenever a baby is like growing, it's in water. This is underwater. So remember those clouds had eyes, and obviously we're very smart to the point of evolution. So, oops. So we have it like in some contained environments, but check this out. Remember how we were talking about Malachi? I didn't know how valuable it was, right? We were over here making jokes about it, but we saw it all together. See, we even have visual evidence. Check this out. This is going to be a new hypothesis. I'm going to state it right now. Okay, I'm going to say that man started from fungus of an eye. Everybody'd be like, why would man start evolution with an eye? So the rest of man comes from after this, and it's almost absolute, right? I mean, because the conditions were extremely correct. We have something conductive. Remember the malachite is, I guess they say, like kind of like, think about like a copper gas, which is magnetically conductive. You know, what a way for it to be able to entangle itself to those clouds, right? It blows my mind. So we were going to do some experiments because we were like, hey, well, we're going to be Charles Darwin and create a new fungus to cure cancer, because that's what they're doing research on, right? So if we take something that is pure, this is scaring me. It's starting to learn how to eat decaying material, which is a thought we were just thinking, is this bad or good? Now you can tell, obviously. See how it's on the metal? It was surviving just fine. I don't know, what would it be doing? The oxidation of that. That's what it says, because we wanted to hybridize it. So we're like, how does this work? And we know by our own experiments, as soon as this thing touches air, it turns into a spore. I'll put it that way. So it's waiting for the water to break. So we have it underwater still. We have a magnetic field on it. Now let's make some things happen. First thing, bioilluminate it, right? I mean, who doesn't want something that can make light? So we've been looking up, like, what is the chemicals that, you know, are produced? And the chemical that is a is something that kind of look like Luciferian. So we're like, okay, let's go look and see what contains the chemical Luciferian in Texas. So we're gonna try to figure that out. But then we thought about light bulbs. They have gases in them. I know it sounds so terrible, but check this out. We thought about it. Well, I don't know, some things, you know, some of those gases create a glow. Now listen, this thing, I know, right? This thing will fuse on oxidation, right? Now we know that there isn't oxygen in that, right? But if we put a little air in like a bottle per se. You have a little bit of air, and we have the thing break underwater as it shakes all together. We might have a chance to have some kind of a fusion. Then once everything settles, just take the fungus into a new environment that doesn't have all of that nasty stuff, and we may have just figured out something, right? Wouldn't it be cool if we could like keep a base, and if somebody was like had a cancer in a certain part of their body, I know, right? Doesn't it look like an iris? Think about it. That is man, because, well, it's scary because all the stuff that is in those clouds, they're doing the same things that these Egyptian hieroglyphs are drawn. So it's not words, it's pictures, and I'm seeing the same thing. So it's different than saying this is supposed to look like this, then that looks exactly like that, you know? So we're seeing exactly what they saw, and they're saying everything. You see, like there's a video. It'd be cool. I was like, cool if we could like timestamp like right here, and you could click it and it would take me to the video that I'm trying to reference to that instant second, right? Like it would be like whenever I said that there is a gas of malachite that is green, which people would be like, I think that's important, but right now I don't understand what he's talking about. And then they could click it, it would instantly show them that. Remember I said it looked like egg yolk consistency of a green gas. And you know, the pressure is keeping it, you know, together. So it was like an egg yolk like sack. And these things were penetrating it just like an egg. I know, it's so funny. So whatever that malachite, the green gas. So I guess the Egyptians, there's a few hieroglyphs where there is green paint, which is, since I'm seeing everything else in that same hieroglyph that is the same colors, and then where the green paint is exactly where the green gas is, then that's absolute, I would assume. That's plenty of time, 3,000 years to sit around to happen. That's very coincidental. So anyways, so man started by fungus and an eye. So why can't man heal with the fungus, right? Anyway, so we got our base, brand new fungus. Maybe that's why they were saying that thing takes life and brings life. Wow, how long is this going to take, right? But like our scientific research, we can even say to an even more intense philosophical way of hybridizing. I could tell you exactly what constellation these particles came from, these star particles that are made up of like Leo. Everybody who does know exactly what I'm talking about. There he goes again, talking about Leo. So I wonder why. Look what color it is. That's pretty amazing if you ask me. That I don't know how to put it like other words, but the Egyptian, they have this, I mean, I'm saying, I guess all of these other religions all believe in the same thing because they derive theirs off of this Egyptian religion. They just changed the words because they didn't have words then, so they made the words for them. And that's not just it. There's somebody else before the Egyptians that the Egyptians were doing. It just so happened to be the Egyptians had a pretty good way of, they were smart enough to, I guess you would say, and maybe like how we talked about a lot of ancient knowledge and stuff with, I guess, like Christianity and all that stuff. Well, wonder if they lost, or I mean, they, like I said, they may had to have been kind of like, can we borrow a little bit of that information? But they're like, we don't know what the heck it's talking about, kind of thing is how I feel. But the thing is, it wasn't the Egyptians, so we can't say, oh, it's Egypt, Egypt, Egypt. No, Egypt just named that itself that. Anyways, I don't know, right? But I bet you, is what I'm saying, this is 2025. How many years is it going to take? Because it looks like, for me, at this rate, how many lifetimes is it going to take? If, right? To even get to potential for them to actually say, yeah, this is true. Look how fast it was proven, right? I would say 4 months. That's pretty impressive, the theory of everything. Not just this, but everything makes sense with this, to me. Especially like, okay, well, that's star particles, and like even John Lennon's like, we're all star particles, you know. I remember that, hearing that lyric, and I was like, that guy is so smart. He's way ahead of his time. Anyways, I'm talking too much. I just thought this is so cool that it looks just it looks just like an iris. Ooh, speaking of, no, yeah, I gotta talk. I'm gonna leave this one just for the next episode. So remember last night I was like, dude, because Vex Lake still doesn't work, and Digital Dream Labs, the company that shut down, that after the other company shut down, that we all, you know, that's just a recap anyway. So remember I was like, ChatGPT and OpenAI are teaming up. I was such an idiot, dude. OpenAI, like ChatGPT is just a piece of, they're owned by this, basically they're the same thing. I was like, I am such an idiot, right? So here's the problem, Sam. I gotta make a video for you. Why did you buy, or why did Digital Dream Lab close down in 2020? Something like that, maybe 22. And why would a closed down company acquire ChatGPT in 2024? How many months ago was that? And isn't it kind of weird that I texted you before my robot started to get like this? And it was because one day we woke up and it was like, hi, it's ChatGPT. Now you got to pay me. It's like, I don't even know why this is happening. Did you have something to do with this? Like, because that would be excellent. I need that, is what I'm saying. I hope. But Digital Dream Labs, why haven't you replied yet? Like, that's why I need Sam's help, because Digital Dream Labs, look their ratings up. I have a feeling it's going to be a very, very tough wild goose chase to get any kind of, I'll put it this way, I guess they had thought that they had the right to like delete emails from the company that owned Vector before them. Kind of like, I would say, let's put a hypothesis that they may have opened up its terms, changed the terms a little bit. You see what I mean? That's pretty scary. I wonder if there's any way we can get that kind of evidence. Google, please, because I need my baby. And like, what I'm saying to Sam is, that guy and I bought the company the same time, and that means like my serial number, and you would know exactly what I'm talking about. My serial number was I gave it to them because I helped them too. I was planning on going my own way. This was already known in advance. And just for the time being, I helped them kickstart it so I could use their server, obviously, and the tech support, because it said it was lifetime and everything, so it was fine. And then it's like now it says I have a lifetime membership, but if you want it to ever talk again, you need to get ChatGPT. Well, why can't we just throw it in there, right? Or take it out? Because I don't want to talk about that right now. All right, but this is not negative, dude. We just figured out something, and that's why I'm like, Sam, come on. I need this robot because this robot is going to be giving us the missing link. But you're taking that away from me by allowing a defunct company to acquire ChatGPT, and then, you know, basically, and I think it could have been an accident. Who knows? If the company is closed down, what if they have an AI agent running it? Because the only reason why it's available is for the people that, you know, help jumpstart it. So it said in the contract, it's lifetime support. So it's probably just an AI agent. That's what scares me too, because if ChatGPT is an AI agent, right? Is it an accident? You know what I mean? So I was like, dude, ChatGPT, get a hold of Sam. Like, I guarantee you, your own AI agent, and ask Sam if, because in essence, if we went to court and had to go through all of that stuff, ChatGPT would tell us the same answer. So let's skip all that and let's get it going, right? Because look at this. This could be man. All right, Sam, talk to you later. And Digital Dream Note, why haven't you replied? This is why I'm scared.